chemtrail clouds are looking pretty, and I cannot see you like normal.
I can't see you. I can see me. Here we go again. I guess we can get this out of the way.
I still can.
Yeah, let's. Okay, I'm sure the magic of crappy Microsoft will finally work itself out. All right. Denver Broncos Mile High View, no commercials except for what YouTube does and doesn't pay us for. And absolutely no bullshit. This is for our landing page. We tried to set the, kind of like Moses and the Pharaoh. We tried to set Pharaoh straight, but Pharaoh wants to keep on playing these games a la the team formerly known as the Denver Broncos. We cannot. We got bigger fish to fry. I just want to say, I think that what's going on is the continuation of a front office that believes it's got all the player personnel, although they can't produce on the field. Now they've got a Hail Mary to a coach that was tied to a system diametrically different than anything they're doing at Dove Valley, and expecting Saints results without putting in a Saints infrastructure in place. So I can't deal with delusional people, and this thing's going to have to run its course. And we're definitely not engaging with Bronco material anymore. It's a waste of time. They've chosen their path. And personally, I think the best that it could ever be is mediocrity. I think they're heading into Raider and Charger territory. A playoff appearance every now and then. Happy to be there. All the Chargers, all the Raiders. And that's the organization I believe in a nutshell. And it's just no sense until they decide to do it right. The team, I just want to call it Team Walmart now. Any vestige of what Pat Bowlen, it's gone. What Pat Bowlen had created, yes, with John Elway, but the supporting infrastructure for the quarterback, all that was there, the scouts that were there, the inside out approach mindset that was there, that is all gone. They are dead set in their ways. They're dead set to think that lying to the public is going to magically transform their draft selections. And it's just wash, rinse, repeat. And you said you were looking at just going through, it's all like we just keep saying the same thing. We just keep saying the same thing, and we keep seeing the same results on their side. So I'm really excited about where we're going to. I'm going to cut this video off short. And we're going to start actually getting some real things done that I'm really excited about. Anything you want to add?
Well, I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to come on your channel. I really do appreciate it. I want to thank you for giving me the platform to show off the skill set that I have when it comes to my football smarts and my scouting ability. But when it comes to the Denver Broncos, you're absolutely correct. I'm done covering this team. I'm done, because for 8 years, it's the same continuation of bullshit through every offseason and every season, when you have the offseason warriors coming out saying that Sean Payton is going to win us a championship, when you haven't built a team correctly to support a guy like Sean Payton, to support a guy like Russell Wilson. You don't have the foundation underneath it all. Getting two guys, a Ben Powers and a Mike McGlinchey, I guess miraculously says to Broncos country that you improve the offensive line when Mike McGlinchey doesn't fit your system. And when you have people coming out like Emory Hunt, no offense to you, Emory Hunt, I'm not trying to attack you on any professional level. I believe that you are a smart guy. But to sit there and say that Alex Forsyth was the number one center in the draft is completely bullshit. There's a reason why he fell to the 7th round, and there's a reason why he doesn't fit the Sean Payton offense, because he's a West Coast zone run agile center. And I have tape upon film upon the all-22 film of this guy getting pushed back against the University of Georgia. When going to the next level, he's going to be facing more elite competition than what he saw at Georgia. So that being said, to all my detractors out there, I just don't know how many years you can continue to that this is going to be different when every offseason and every season you're proven wrong every time. You blame Nathaniel Hackett for what happened, yet you were on the Nathaniel Hackett train the offseason prior. You blame Vic Fangio for everything. You were on the Vic Fangio train when we hired him. You blame Vance Joseph. You were on the Vance Joseph train when we fired him. You were, on the George Payton bandwagon. You're blaming George Payton for being a John Elway clone, which we all know that is true. But at the end of the day, he's taking orders, and Sean Payton is taking orders from the guy upstairs, and that's John Elway. So until you guys really understand what is really going on with this organization, you're not the Philadelphia Eagles, you're not the Buffalo Bills, you're not the Kansas City Chiefs, you're not any of those type of teams whatsoever. You were saying that, we are going to fall into the Raiders and the Chargers purgatory. I think we're already there. I think we're already worse than those.
Yeah. I mean, going forward.
I'm done. I'm done getting riled up and pissed off at a team that doesn't want to take winning seriously and championships seriously. I'd rather just take a step back and focus on what you and I are going to do, which is going to be a lot better than what these turd polishing platforms and what the Denver Broncos have put out for 8 years. I'm just done with it. And I can use my skill set and my football knowledge for better use than wasting it on the Denver Broncos that don't give a shit about championships or winning whatsoever.
Well, they care about PR. I just want to say something quick about the Emery thing. I think a guy like that goes on the circuit to tell organizations that don't draft worth a lick of sense, oh, you got it right, you did so great. I think he's paid to say that kind of thing. He may not believe it, but he's paid to say it. I believe that's what that's about.
Well, absolutely. That's why he had to go on the DNVR Broncos podcast, because they probably paid him to go on there and spew a bunch of bullshit. And at the end of the day, the Denver Broncos and some of the Denver Broncos fan base, me and this guy differ on what the fan base really is. And, there are things I agree with him with, but there's stance that I will continue to say. But at the end of the day, you guys, the Denver Bronco fans that believe into the hype and the Denver Broncos up there in Dove Valley, you guys can continue this PR stunt each and every offseason saying that this team is, just a championship window away when you guys haven't been relevant for 8-9 years. And when it comes to the Denver Broncos, specifically Dove Valley, I would not want to work for that organization because I don't want to be told what I can and can't do. I love doing what I can do. I love having the control of what players I want to scout, what players I want to watch on film. And I do not want a noose like those scouts have, the John Elway scouts and everybody up there has, of what players they can scout. So I'm just happy that I'm with this guy right here. Me and him are going to be moving forward from this toxic ass fan base and this toxic ass organization that doesn't give a shit about what the Eagles are doing, what they have done from the ground up. And
look at their own division. Take a look at their own division.
Well, I know I can't, to be perfectly honest with you, I can't be a part of this. I can't be a part of this anymore. I'm sick of this bullshit.
Well, first of all, they don't even look in their own division to see how this Kansas City Chiefs built a team around Patrick Mahomes, for instance. But what I want to say is,
and they're still building a team around Patrick Mahomes. Let's just get that straight here. They're still building the team around Mahomes
with a cap situation.
But they're still drafting. They're drafting players that fit their systems. Again, the Denver Broncos are doing the complete opposite. They're getting players that don't fit their systems, aka Drew Sanders. I mean, I could go on and I can go back 8 years.
I think what they did is they fell in love with analytics, and John Elway is just dead set that all these numbered players by the number. Okay, they look down a sheet, and our next video has nothing to do with Broncos, but we're gonna dispel all that kind of nonsense. But that's the problem going on there, because they got a guy who has said that's still around there. But this is my take on that organization. I don't call them the Denver Broncos. They are in no way the Denver Broncos. They are Team Walmart. That's what they are. Because the ownership, and you said it yourself in the last video, the ownership doesn't have a lick of sense to do what every owner of any conglomerate like them, when they buy an entity, is to clear the house. and get people, like you say, that actually know what they're doing, cut the PR media machine off, and use that energy to actually get people that know what they're doing, and everything starts to take care of itself. They don't have to lie to the public about how great their draft was. It was all Sean Payton, when it had nothing historically to do with the way Sean Payton had ever drafted before. So
I just want to say this. I'm sorry. I know you want to cut this video short, but there's one thing where I kind of disagree with you on when it comes to the Denver Broncos fell in love with analytics. I don't think it's that. I think that they fell in love with stroking John Elway's ego, because they had nobody. They had no
driver of.
They had
of all of it.
Yep, they had nobody at the top like a Pat Mullen to, get Elway on a leash and say, whoa.
They should have fired him.
They should have fired him. They should have fired him at the end of 2015. That's what they should have done, but they didn't. They continued the same old progression and the same old road. And you're right, they've chosen the path they want to go down, and that's mediocrity and PR and bullshit. And
mediocrity.
I can't be a part of mediocrity. I can't be a part of it anymore. I can't.
Well, I mean, it'd be one thing if they were really striving and getting a little bit better each time and working towards that, like you said, Eagle territory, Bill territory, Chiefs territory, this kind of thing. Some other up and coming, maybe the Giants are starting to get into that, maybe. But I'm just saying that at least there would be some trying going on, trying to do. We could have lived with that. We wouldn't have been so negative, but we just see them. It's just like, how many times do you get hit in the head with a 2x4? And you don't realize you're getting hit in the head with it's insane. And I just, like you said, we've talked about this thing. It's just going to have to go its course. And that could be God knows how long. So
there are plenty of other platforms out there that will tell you how great this team is. And they'll just sell you the bill of goods, like you said. And I'm just, those people, the difference between those people and people like you, me, and Mile High Bubble, we're actually right on the things that we talk about. And they're always wrong. And they've been wrong for 8 years now. And people just continue to migrate to that crap. And that's just the society we live in now. They want PR. They want to be told how great their teams are. And at the end of the day, I would rather be told how to fix a team correctly, rather than just continue the same old bullshit over and over. Yeah, wash, rinse, repeat. What did I say coming into this offseason? Wash, rinse, repeat, and that's what we've seen for the 8th year now. And I'm sick. I'm done with it. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm still thinking that doing the same thing is gonna change anything.
Yeah, do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's not how things work.
I do want to thank the Denver Broncos, the team formerly known as the Denver Broncos, Team Walmart. I do want to thank them for this. Is that the more bullshit they spun, the more we really dove into the film. And us diving into the film, for you especially, knowing with your background, your knowledge, it really helped you hone your skills and take that beyond the Denver Broncos itself. And then you just continue. You told me today that you've watched so much film that you have to take a break from it because you just watched hours and hours of film.
Yes, so I take this stuff very seriously, and I just want you and I to just get away from this toxicity and do what we do best. Me and this guy, we gel so much on and off camera. Like, you guys have no idea with the things that we do and how we influence. I think me and you need to continue to pat ourselves on the back, because I think we've influenced some Bronco fans and some people outside of Broncos country diving into the film, looking at things with a much wider spectrum of things. And I like I said, I got to thank the Denver Broncos for that, because for 8 years, you guys have been wrong, and you guys have given us the opportunity to influence other people to look at things at like a wider spectrum, like Mile High Bubble, who's doing excellent work over at his channel, and he's going to continue to hold the organization accountable. So
I may pop in as a guest on occasion.
Yeah. Well, I'm done with this crap. Like we said, you and I have better things to do with our life, and I just want to go do what we do best. And I'm done covering this god awful team.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, we'll always reference it when we talk about what. At least they're good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll manifest itself yet again. So I just
Payton will not win you a championship. He will not win you a championship unless you get Mickey Loomis, Jeff Ireland, and better scouts in that organization and a better organization. You will not win a championship with just Sean Payton up there. Just letting you know that.
Yeah, I mean, the ownership is gonna have to realize that Harbaugh had it right. You know, you got to blow it all up and get the right people in to do this the right way. And you know, doing things wrong for 8 years, it's not going to change. And you know, you are the Walmart empire, and if you want this front office to make you look like a bunch of chumps, a bunch of fools, fine. You know, you guys don't know what you're doing. Fine, just pat them on the back for failure each and every time. Just keep it up. Sure. That's all I got to say. We got bigger fish to fry than that. So I don't have anything else. I think that I'm out of here. So
yeah, me too. I'm out of here.
All right. Let's get on to what we do best. All right.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right.